Ever wonder what really separates the good from the great? Like the truly great? Well, it's not just talent, that's for sure. Today, we're going to unpack The Winning Way. It's this awesome book that basically takes all the wisdom from sports champs and turns it into a blueprint for success that, anyone can use. All right, let's get right into it.
And boom, right off the bat, the book just challenges you to rethink, well, everything. This quote here from Olympic champion Abhinav Bindra, it totally sets the stage. He's saying, hey, real victory, it's not just about the gold medal or the trophy. It's about the whole process, right? The struggle, the growth, everything you go through to get there.
So that naturally leads us to the first big question here. What does winning even mean? Let's take a look at how The Winning Way just flips that whole idea on its head.
Okay, look at this. On one side, you've got the traditional view, right? Winning is just the result. It's a destination. You're either number one or you failed. Simple. But The Winning Way says no, no, no. Winning is the journey. It's about hitting your own personal best, reaching your full potential. It's not about being better than the next person. It's about overcoming your own limitations and just becoming the absolute best version of you.
Okay, so that's the goal. Sounds great, right? But how in the world do you actually do that? Well, the book doesn't just hit you with some philosophy and then walk away. It gives us a really practical formula, and it's called the winning triangle. And the book is super blunt about this first part. It basically says, talent is not enough, period. Yeah, having a natural gift is an amazing head start, but it's just a start. True champions, they aren't just born with it. They're built piece by piece on top of whatever talent they started with.
So here it is. This is the whole picture, the winning triangle. It's not just one thing. It's the magic combination of three: skill, the right mindset, and a real passion for excellence. It's where those three things overlap. And the book's argument is that this combo is what separates someone who's successful for a moment from someone who builds a real, lasting legacy.
Let's break that down, because this is so important. First, you've got ability. That's your foundational talent, the raw skill you start with. But then you add attitude. That's the hard work, the grind, the diligence that actually turns that potential into real performance. And the final piece, the one that ties it all together, passion. This is the secret sauce. It's that genuine deep down love for what you do that keeps you going when things get tough. It's what fuels that crazy, relentless pursuit of being the best.
Okay, so we have the framework, the winning triangle. Now let's go a little deeper and explore the psychology of it all. Like, what is actually going on inside a champion's head?
And here's a great question to think about. What happens after you win? You've reached the summit, you hit your goal. Is the game over? Not even close. In fact, this is where two of the biggest mental battles actually begin.
The first challenge is something the book calls the burden of winning. And man, this quote from Bill Gates just nails it. Success is a lousy teacher. It can trick you, right? It can make you complacent, a little arrogant, and suddenly you're afraid to take the very risks that made you successful. Winning brings a whole new level of pressure and expectations, and just learning to handle that is a whole other skill.
And then, on the complete flip side, you have this legendary quote from Michael Jordan. This is the other half of that winner's mindset, really mastering the art of learning while losing. See, failure isn't the opposite of success. It's a critical part of it. It's like the ultimate teacher, giving you all the feedback you need to tweak things, to grow, to adapt, and at the end of the day, to win.
So up to this point, we've been talking a lot about the individual, but the book makes it crystal clear. Long-term, really meaningful success, it's almost never a solo act. It's all about the power of the team.
And I mean, the legendary coach Pat Riley just says it perfectly here. That leap from being a good team to a truly great one. It happens when players are willing to give up the me for the we. It sounds so simple, but man, in any competitive field, that is one of the hardest things to pull off.
So how do you actually build a team like that? The book lays out these 4 pillars. You start with collective pride and trust. That's the glue that holds everything together. Then you need role clarity, so every single person knows exactly what their job is. And finally, a shared vision, so everyone is pulling in the same direction. When you get all 4 of those things to click, that's when a team stops being just a group of talented people and becomes something truly special.
All right, this brings us to our final section, and honestly, it might be the most important part of this whole discussion. We've talked a lot about the how of winning, but now we got to talk about the why, and, maybe more importantly, at what cost.
The book really doesn't pull any punches here. It makes you look at the potential dark side of ambition. That relentless win-at-all-costs mindset. It can lead to burnout, to ruining relationships, to cutting ethical corners. And the point is so powerful. How you win matters every bit as much as if you win.
And this is the big question the book leaves you with. In sports, it's obvious, right? It could be cheating, doping. But in our own lives, it could be something smaller, cutting corners at work, compromising your values to get ahead. The question is exactly the same, though. What is any of it worth if you have to sacrifice who you are to get it? And how you answer that, well, that's how you really define what success means to you. And his final quote from Roger Federer, it just ties everything together so beautifully. This is the ultimate message of the winning way. Real, lasting success isn't just about being number one. It's about becoming the absolute best version of yourself and doing it with honor, with integrity. So it's a powerful thought to end on. In your own life, your own journey, are you just playing to win? Or are you playing with respect so that when you do win, you can win with grace?